More to other stories, and this afternoon it's official. The Electricity Company of Ghana is set to release a doomsday timetable as it announces planned outages from 10th May to 17th May. According to CEO of the company, Ajaman Budu, this has become necessary due to the ongoing works on the Pokwase bulk supply point. Gridco had earlier warned of imminent power cuts upon request by contractors working on the Kaswa and Pokwase substations. Well, today, that request has been made. During a tour of the Pokwase bulk supply point led by the Energy Minister is when that came through. My colleague Manuel Cranting was on that tour and has joined us with more. Manuel, do we know when this timetable will be released and which areas will be affected by these planned outages? Right. Now, Manuel Cranting will join us shortly. If you would recall, quite not too long ago, the Energy Minister embarked on a tour of some installations by Gridco across the country. This was soon after Gridco announced a nationwide blackout for a day, which really affected business and other activities in the country. At that time, we were told that we should prepare for some planned outages, which time has come now. Manuel Cranting has joined us via telephone. He'll be giving us these updates. Manuel, do we know when this timetable will be released?
Yeah, so Daniel, the confirmation we have is that in the next couple of days we are supposed to be seeing and hearing of this particular timetable that we talk about. And with just that reference that you made to Gridco, indeed the case is that the contractors who are working on the Pokwase and then also the Kaswa substation and bulk supply point have made the request. And so there's an ongoing conversation among the players within the sector, i.e. Gridco, ECG, and all the other contractors to decide on the modality of this particular timetable. What we know is that there's been a grouping of the various areas that will be affected into four. And so the CEO of ECD made a point that these groupings, each of the areas that fall into a particular grouping will not experience a full day's power outage. So essentially, he makes a point that some of the areas are going to experience at most 12-hour, outage, and then it will take it for 3 days until they get another outage. And that's the arrangement that we are expecting to have. As to the areas that will be affected, names such as in Saom, Pokwase, Achimota, La Paz, and other areas that are within the Accra area will be affected by this particular timetable, Daniel. So,
after the 17th of May, when that schedule ends, does that mean that the work on the substation would have come to a halt?
Well, Daniel, we know that the planned date of completion of this particular power substation, the Pokwase bulk supply point, is 31st May 2021. That is about a month and a half away from now. And so when the schedule ends, that's on 17th May, it will be seen also whether or not the contractors are going to demand extra, days for the outages. We are learning that the 8 days that we are going to have these outages are supposed to allow for the contractors to transfer onto the line some of the transmission from other from Valco and then also from Abuate. So that is what we are learning. It may or may not be the termination of that contract, but from now up until the end of May 2021, it is expected that that particular project at Pokwase will be completed, pending the completion of ancillary projects within the area by August 2021.
What has the Energy Minister been saying?
Well, the Energy Minister has been emphasizing on the need for Ghanaians to bear with the situation. He makes the point that this is only part of effort to make transmission of power even more reliable in the country. He says that it has to get worse for it to get better. And that is the explanation that we've been getting. He made a point in the Akan language to say that the Dumna in a year to which we are turning the power off to make it even more reliable. And so that's the point he's making, calling on Ghanaians to bear with the situation and the contractors who work to make the supply of power in the country even better, Daniel.
Now, has the GridCo boss been saying if any other work will be needed in any other parts of the country?
Well, the confirmation we have is that this particular timetable, which we are expecting to be released, is not to cover the entire country. It's to just cover part of Accra. But there's another substation which is also under construction at Kaswa. Well, we're learning that power substation is also going to be inspected, and then the contractors there will be reached out to see whether or not there's a need for any of similar actions with that power station also. And so we've not gotten a concrete answer to that question. But this is something that we've been asking, and they say by 2 weeks' time we will know the answer.
Right. Thank you very much, Manuel Kranting, for joining us this afternoon with those updates. You're live on Joy News.